Hello everyone, Happy New Year. I hope your new year started slightly better than mine. Those of you who've seen the recent little vlog I put up will have seen that I had a bad fall on New Year's Day. I was going out on night duty, still went to night duty, but I did have to get sorted the next day. But anyway, I'm back, I'm feeling so much better. And this recipe I'm doing tonight, lovely homely dish, and it's in the response to someone asking me to show them how to do this. What they wanted is, they've got an Instapot. I don't know if you know what an Instapot is. Very similar to my Ninja, basically electric pressure cooker. And what we're doing today is they wanted to do braising steak or stewing steak in it. Now I like to do my stewing steak, when I'm doing it I want it a little bit special and rich in one piece, or I should say 2 pieces. So, right, I'm just hoping my cameraman can get this in.
I've got this, it's dripping.
Oh, I'm just dripping, that's a bacterial hazard there. I've got to clean up in a minute. So I've brushed it with olive oil, and it's got salt and pepper on, and it's going into this at the moment is now on simmer, and it's quite hot because I've pre-warmed it up, and it's just going to sear off quickly. They're not, although it looks a big piece, it's actually going to shrink quite disastrously, because it does. And it's not that thick, but this should make a lovely supper for John and I tonight. Brushing it with oil means I don't have to put any oil in the pot itself. It's probably actually the oil that was dripping off more than anything else. Right, okay. It's not behaving like it should, but there we go. Right, I just want to get a little sear on that. Get rid of that. Yeah, right, this is searing away. Let me just get some wooden implements in there. Yeah, lovely. Right, so what I'm actually making is, we're sealing this off now, just giving it a little bit of colour and searing it. I'll turn it over in a minute. Then I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to put in mushrooms, garlic and onion and a bouquet garni, and that's it. Then I'm going to put in some red wine and some beef stock. Then I'm going to pressure it. Now the reason the person asked me about this is, she has a family, and she likes using her Instant Pot when they're in the caravan and they're away. But she wants to know how to get a decent gravy but not have to do the reduction that I normally do. So she said, is it all right? Just turn this over. There we go. Oh, there's a nice bit of colour coming on one of those. Right, move that round a bit, swap them round. Yeah, so she said, is it all right if I use gravy granules with the stock and the red wine? Absolutely. I mean, I think everybody does at some point. So tonight I don't use gravy granules or anything very often, but tonight I'm going to put it in there so that she can see exactly what I'm doing and do the same thing in her caravan. Okay, so that's why we're doing this dish tonight. But it's a lovely dish. We had a similar one. It was a bit thicker steak, and it wasn't stewing steak. I'd used big thick wedges of braising steak for John and I and my grandson, and it was incredible. So I'm hoping I can reproduce that tonight in a bit smaller format. Right, I'm just going to check what that side's like now. And just lift that onto a plate. Right, that's the steak to one side. Into here is, I'm now going to put a little tiny bit of olive oil. And we're going to kind of do a deglaze as well. But first of all, into this is half a big onion and 2 cloves of garlic. Okay. Stir that round. Oh, garlic smells amazing. This is 4 quite large chestnut mushrooms I've just chopped up. Okay, just let that cook for a minute. Get that going round there. There we go. Now I'm going to add the wine. Now what's in there is 125 mils of red wine, nice red wine. Don't, if you use red wine that tastes like vinegar, that's going to reflect in your cooking, okay? You don't have to spend a lot to get a decent one for cook, and nice enough to drink, you know, like plonk, but not horrible plonk. So 125 mils, and you make it up with 125 mils, you make it up to 300 mils with, I put in a stock pot and water to bring it to the level of 300 mils, okay? Make sure you stir that round. Now it's going in there. You always need, in these Instapots and in the Ninjas, you need round about 250 to 300 mils of fluid, because otherwise you won't create enough steam and you'll burn everything. And it has happened to me. I've been guilty of it. Right, okay, that looks super rich and lovely. I'm just going to add a tiny little bit more water because I looked at it and I thought I was down a bit on that. So I'm just going to get a little bit of water out the jug. There. I want to make sure I've actually got 300 mils in there, not short. That's gone in. And then into that, the bouquet garni bag. You'll all know me and my bouquet garni. I just love it. It does all the herbs in one thing during the winter. In the summer, I love to get in the garden and use my own herbs, but in the winter time, that's the job. Okay, any juices from your meat, they're going back in. Like all the juices back in and get rid of those in the sink to wash. Right, okay. So that's it, guys. That's that simple. Lid's coming down. Right, okay. Check that's ready to set. Swing that over, and I want a quick release when this is finished. Quick release. And I'm going to give it 30 minutes. It's stewing steak. It's a muscle meat, so it's going to need at least, you would do, if there were bigger pieces, you would do more. The pieces I did a couple of weeks ago, I think I was cooking for about 40 minutes, but these are only actually thin, so 30, let's be cautious and go 35 to make sure. You want your meat to melt in the mouth, really, don't you? So we'll go 35. That's it. Press start. And that's the way, that's its preset. When it comes to, it builds the pressure in there, and you sometimes hear some bits of noise. You get the odd bit of steam coming out of there. It's nothing to worry about. And then you'll get another beep beep noise, and that's when your pressure starts, and then you'll go on to count down. So that's it for now. We've got 35 minutes while I'm going to make a creamy mash, some buttered cabbage, and that's going to be our supper tonight. So I'll see you in 35 minutes when that comes out, and I'll show you how I just take the steak out, let it sit for a few minutes, make what stock is in there into a lovely rich gravy. And tonight I'm just going to use a few gravy granules in there to show you how simple it is. This can all be done in a van, but I would say you will need windows open, because don't forget, these give off a lot of steam when you let the pressure out. So, and the Instapot isn't as high as this. This is quite tall. The Instapot comes to round about there. So you've got a lot more headroom. So if your window and your caravan is there, get it open. Okay? Right. See you in 35 minutes. Bye for now. You always have to wait for it to say open the lid. It's a safety feature. That's it. Open lid. Okay, guys. Let's take that back. Just let it come out. Don't open it straight away. It'll go, the hot steam will go all over you. Oh my God, that looks good. That looks good. Right. Okay. Before we go any further, I had a thought. Part of my job, I do risk assessments. And I was just thinking about the risk of this machine in a caravan. I'm not sure I would recommend it. You caravanners need to tell me if you use them. Because the steam comes out. Thinking of your caravan roof. I had a caravan many years ago. I wouldn't have had that in there. So what I'm going to suggest is, this is amazing for a slow cooker. This dish can go straight into your slow cooker. Brown it off the same way I've done, and put everything in the same way I've done, and put it on 6 hours on a medium, and it'll be perfect and a lot safer. But saying that, don't go out and leave things on in your caravan. You guys know what you're doing. I don't when it comes to that, but I just wanted to make sure I'm covering myself there. I shouldn't be recommending something that I think might be dangerous in a caravan. Okay, let's get the meat out. That looks beautiful. Oh, and it's falling apart. Right, I'm just going to put that there. I'm going to turn this onto onto a sear, well, onto a simmer, saute, shall we say, and reduce that down. I'm not going to reduce it down much because the lady I'm talking about wanted to see. Right, okay, so that's what we've been left with. Now, before I make my gravy, I've got it on a saute, so it'll soon bubble up. I've just drained off, I've been very little water in the cabbage. I've just simmered it, well, quickly boiled it through, well, not even boiled it, 5 minutes in a pan, very little water, can't just half steam it. That's cabbage water. Let's keep, you know, keep everything good. Now, I can spot my bouquet garni. Always remember to take that little beauty out. Put that into my jug over there. Right, okay, and it's coming up. I can hear it starting to settle now. Right, okay, gravy granules. I'm just going to open these because I've just bought them, seeing as I've been asked to be, for someone asked me to use them and show them the results. Now, okay, these are Tesco's beef gravy granules. Let me get a spoon. As I say, I don't think we need too much in there. Oh, smells so good. Right, okay, so I'm going to put one of those in and let's see what we get. I'm probably going to need another one because although it doesn't look a lot of gravy in there, there is quite a bit actually. Right, I'm just letting that get all stirred into there to see what we've got. Oh, this is going to be so delicious. What you do get from using the beef stock pots and 125 ml of red wine, you get the most amazing intense sauce. Now that is starting to thicken, but I know she said she liked thickened gravy, so I'm just going with another, about half a one, to make sure we get the right. That smells amazing. Okay, time for a little test. See what our flavours are like. See if it's missing anything. If it's missing anything, sometimes you can always add a dash of Leon Perrins. It's really good. That's missing nothing. Right, I need to turn it down as well. It's on high, so let's turn it down to 2. I don't want it bubbling away too quick. And why don't I want it bubbling away too quick? Because I'm just about to add the meat back in, so it takes on the flavours of the thickened gravy. Turn that over. And that's only going to sit in there while I serve the veg. Oh my God, that big piece snapped in half. Like I say, this is just flaking, breaking up. So, but it looks really nice. Right, okay. Now maybe our cameraman might like to have a look at that while that bubbles away. Tesco buy, and I absolutely love them. About £5 each, and they're just so useful. Keeps your gravy in all one place, and we can sit and watch the telly with these. It's very good. Right, okay. Oh, this looks so good. I've actually got gravy left in there, which I'm going to put into one of my little Tupperware boxes. That will go superbly with chips. Oh, I love chips and gravy. But anyway, that, oh my God, smells amazing. And let me, I don't know if you're going to be able to capture this. Let me show you how. Just a spoon how tender that meat is, just falling apart. If a spoon does it, you know you're in business. Okay guys, so give that a try. Like I say, if you are in a caravan, I'm unsure about recommending using a pressure cooker like this. You guys know much better about the safety of those things than I do. I personally wouldn't, so I'll leave it up to you. But a slow cooker, amazing. And those of you who've got ovens in my little caravan, I had a little 12-foot caravan many years ago, which I do miss. I loved it, and it had a little Thetford oven in it, and I used to do the most amazing casseroles, Yorkshire puddings like that. Absolutely loved it. So if you have got a little oven, just shove it in the oven. If you're going to shove it in your oven, 170, 2.5 hours, perfect casserole. And round it, bung in some, on the bottom shelf, put in some jacket spuds, put them on the bottom. You could even put parcels of carrots, chopped up, chunks of carrot. They'll all cook on the bottom there and kind of roast off, and you've got your oven on for one meal. So you're saving. Okay, I've enjoyed being back. I'm looking forward to the year ahead. I've got some ideas as we approach the different seasons of what I'm going to bring you. So love to you all. Thanks for the lovely messages, the caring messages I've had. It's well appreciated. But now this meal needs me, and I need a glass of wine. Love to you all. Bye for now.